Hey, how's everybody doing? So, I went and saw this film, Godzilla, King of the Monsters, and yeah, you know what? I gotta say that there was a lot of fun action, there was a lot of monster fighting, all that good stuff, but at the end of the day, it was disappointing. And I will tell you why. It was a film or a movie, not a film. A film is Taxi Driver. This is definitely a movie. Um, this movie was basically set up to make a bunch of monsters fight, which is fine. But all the human characters that were relatable to us were not relatable at all. You know, these were the avenues, the ways in that we were supposed to all identify with, and then sort of go into the story where, wow, we got all these monsters fighting each other and all that, and it just simply didn't work out that way. Now, the reason why I think this is was something I thought about the other day, but it actually has to do with the detective story. You know, just in general. Uh, the idea is that the bad detective will always, you know, if there's somebody that is a suspect, somebody, you know, somebody is suspected of killing a couple of people, the bad detective will try to take all the evidence and try to mold that suspect to that evidence because that's who they like. That's the suspect they like for this murder. The good detective will not even look at that suspect. They will look solely at evidence. They will pay attention to evidence and whatever leads them to that, uh, like Dorothy through the yellow brick road, if that suspect happens to be at the end of that, then that's fine. But if not, then that's not fine. And what I find about a lot of these type of movies is they've molded all these, you know, like Godzilla, you got Mothra, Ronin, everyone, all these monsters are fighting each other and all that, and then they've just created this human thing that got molded on to fit. So the idea is that, and then somehow it was all sort of put together to make it seem believable. But ultimately, at the end, it failed to have any emotionality at all. Uh, there was, I mean, I simply didn't care about anything that happened to anybody, which is the last thing I want to feel when I'm in a movie. I want to go into a movie and I want to feel for the characters. You know, I mean, I want to feel for, like, obviously there's this crazy thing that's happening that doesn't happen in our world on that level in terms of monsters and all that. I guess we can think of monsters in terms of people, but you know, in terms of the world that, you know, that this movie is inhabited in, it's still something I don't care about. You know, and in this film, they're all about saving mankind and all that. And if this was a representation of mankind, I gotta say, this was pretty sad. It was kind of sad, really, that these people, these enlightened people that had access, people that had that all, you know, they just simply made the worst decisions that I can recall in recent film. Although there have been certainly a lot of horrible movies, but uh, this film, I mean, every character made bad choices, and it wasn't those off the cuff choices that we as uh, moviegoers safe in our seats can misunderstand. Oh, if I was in that situation, I would punch that person or I would do that. Maybe you wouldn't, right? Uh, but as a moviegoer sitting in my seat and feeling comfortable and all that, I can still sit there and deduce and analyze these decisions and kind of come back and kind of go, like, these were just horrible, horrible things that you can just see that ended up just getting molded to a story that was about watching monsters fight, which is fine. Monsters fighting's fine. But sadly, at the end of the day, we yet again got a movie that potentially could have been a really good movie, and turned out to be a okay movie. Uh, the visual effects, I mean, the monster fight and everything was all dark, and clearly a lot of the visual effects were hidden away. The bad visual effects were hidden away, and yeah, I don't know. It's kind of sad, but what are you gonna do? Anyway, go see the film. Check it out for yourself. Wait for it on Netflix or any of that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, I mean, please like, subscribe, share my video, and yeah, have a good day. Bye bye.